to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. All right? I'm not quite sure. They used to give me an option. Maybe I'm not seeing it right now, but they used to give me an option to title the stream something. But usually I just skip that anyway, and it'll just be called Leon Blythe is Live. You know, if I keep it up, I might rename it after that. So, you know, I will have the option to rename it after this. And what I'm going to call this one is My Shit is Way Fucking Better Than Your Shit. Okay? Sorry about that. It's just the case. That's how it's going to be, little darling. Okay? You know, you might be riding on a horse. And guess what I think that is? Not as fucking cool as fucking, you know, doing a live stream of a storm and talking shit about how much better my shit is better than your shit. Fucking look at that, eh? Yeah, I often do these while playing the guitar, but because the sound is like just fucking nonsense. When I listen back on them, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk. And I've already done a bunch of singing and playing of the guitar, you know, not on live stream, just with my regular phone. Oh. It was good. It's good. It's nice. Oh, here we are. Here it comes. You can have it all. My empire of dirt. I will take my place in the great below. This is a song by Hurt. The song Hurt, and the song The Great Below. The last tracks on the album's Fragile. What's the song? What's the one called? What is it called? Downward Spiral and Fragile by 9 Inch Nails. This is the last track on the left side of Fragile, and it's the last track on the Downward Spiral. You know? March! Push! All right, on your face! I don't really know it. You know, March of the Pigs. You know what I'm saying. You know where it's at. Fucking cool though, eh? Things to talk about. This is not the end of the world. You know, I'm in a good spot for this. A lot of sky. Not many people around. That was the automatic light turning itself off. It's probably a good thing. Yeah, so I live in this like gigantic wholesale nursery. And plants. It's not like, you know, they don't make baby humans or animals here. They just make plants in pots. Yeah, I live in this house in here. This house has always been here. Before they built the nursery, there was this house here. Where I think they started building this place in like, you know, the early 2000s, and then my dad started working here in like 2005, I think. And he's like the groundskeeper and stuff, and he's sort of gotten, I don't know, they let him live here, which is pretty cool, pretty nice of them. And he lets me live here, which is also, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm like so like unbelievably grateful to get to be allowed to live here, you know. It can feel a bit rough because I live here basically on my own a lot of the time, and a lot of other people don't have anywhere to live. But I'll tell you what, living here with me, you know, I don't think you need to have like the kind of the stoic love of my father for, like, you know, just like the you know, like the god of the Bible, you know, the good God of the Bible, right? Like Job or whatever, that's my dad, okay? He's the good guy, you know? I'm probably the devil, or like in that situation. Haha, let's fuck with this guy, you know? But no, you know? You know, like he's you know, he's a good person. And like most people aren't like that. They're like they'll not let you have a billion chances, you know? And my dad would probably like, you know, just keep writing it off, you know? It's pretty good. He's a good fella. On that note, you know, yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, that's all right. I've been collecting these like tongue drums. Been collecting tongue drums. My sister gave me a tongue drum for Christmas, and since she gave it to me, I've been in the last couple of weeks realized, I decided to look it up on Amazon, and they're like, you know, not they're like cheaper than I thought they would be. Then again, it was a gift for my sister. I don't think she's going to spend more than $30. I'm not saying she's cheap, but it's like just this little gift. Yeah, this is the one that this is the one I got for myself. Oh no, what is this? This is the most recent one that I got. The grandfather of the man who invented the wheel. The grandfather of the man who invented the wheel pulled out his eyeballs just to watch them roll. But he didn't see nothing, no, he didn't see nothing at all. But the father of the man who invented the wheel saw, and he came up with the idea to carve out a stone of sphere. And onto the sphere he placed a board, and onto the board he stood. His son woke him up from 1,000 concussions until one day he didn't wake. Yes, his son woke him up from 1,000 concussions until one day he didn't wake. But it was the father of the man who invented the wheel, who in fact invented the wheel. Or at least the basic idea. His son was the one who invented the axle and then claimed the wheel for himself. And he fashioned also for himself a barrow. And he pushed his grains, and he pushed his chickens, and he pushed his grains, and he pushed his chickens, and he pushed his grains, and he pushed his chickens. The grandfather of the man who invented the wheel. The grandfather of the man who invented the wheel pulled out his eyeballs just to watch them roll. But he didn't see nothing, no, he didn't see nothing at all. That's good. That was the giant baby machine doing a squat. It's just a plant nursery. There's not a giant mutant woman that makes children on command. There's not that sort of, up to 5 years old. That's freakish. It's so weird. Oh wait, it's not working. Sorry about that. But I'm not watching anyway. Nobody watching. There's never going to be somebody watching. Who would do that? It's a Saturday night. I guess maybe if I didn't start out going, my shit is better than your shit, you know, might have been a friendlier thing, and people would have might have hung out, but they didn't. It's not better than your shit, dude. Sorry about people. See, well, that's better than my shit. Obviously, that was cool as fuck. I was listening to a thing about hell. This dude called George Rockwell Schmidt doing a thing about hell. Yeah, pretty fucked. Sometimes, like, I would describe this one as a bit more heavenly. Like, about a year ago in March was the first time I ever did this, and that was fucking wild. Like, cause it was all out here in this that sort of Jewish South. It's not Muslim South. That's Jew South. That is due South. And it was over in this corner. It was over this side. You know, first one I ever did that way, right? And it was pretty red. You know, it was kind of like, I think it was at the time of day as well. It was like, it was high enough in the sky that there's like still, red light diffusing from the sunset into the cloud. Where's the sunset? The sunset's like way over there, like over here, right? So it was like, that was crazy. But this one's sort of blue light, like it's gentle blue light to the storm. That's heaven, okay? Heaven is blue and nice and gentle, and hell is red. Traditionally, obviously, right? And yeah, like they also get the same. You get the same effect when they put up the cane. Like they burn the sugar cane. It's just a show of, I don't know, man's psychosis over nature or something. I think it's like, I guess it's slightly easier to deal with, like when you're processing it or something, or like you don't actually need to make so much sugar. It's a serious addiction for a lot of people. Maybe chill out on making so much sugar. Like, so messed up. Anyway, so they burn the sugarcane, right? And there's like these massive sugarcane fires. And like, yeah, like the town lights, say like Olsenville is over here. Olsenville is this direction, and Ballina is sort of like that direction-ish. And it's all over here, sort of on the coast, it's Ballina. And then say like that way, there'll be cane going. And yeah, like if there's clouds in the sky, the town lights are sort of like whitish and bluish, and then there's like the cane fires are like red and hellish, and they'll be like right next to each other. It's like, whoa, that's anyway. If they burn the cane to screw with superstitious people, that's only fucked up. You know, that's only one thing. Okay, very not a good thing to do to people. Okay, people who are superstitious need to be like, I don't know, gently let down, not encouraged in any way to be this way. I'm schizophrenic. I know what it's like. It sucks, dude. Chill out. You know. Anyway, I mean, like, the thing is, like, at least if you're just superstitious, right? Like, you're, like, well taken care of, probably, in your, like, weird little naive sort of space. Schizophrenia is, like, I know I should know better, but I don't. It just has to be, like, this horrible fucking demon in my body that, like, tells me stupid stuff all the time, you know? Like, the will, the motivation to, like, actually do anything is just so stupid. You probably like just like me, probably exactly the same as me, you know. Yeah, it's wild out here, like, because like, I'm alone enough to feel like either there are actually people over, like, because there's a house like maybe like 150 meters like away from here. It sounds like they are listening to my thoughts. If they're in that house listening to my thoughts and harassing me about them, you know, or they're people from the future that own the copyrights to all the things that I think and say, and they come back and they're like, but like they still have no leg to stand on, because I'm like, all these other people that are from the future that they're from, right, are like, fuck you with your dumbass little piece of paper that says you own this thing, right? All you're allowed to do is go back in time and harass the creator about it. Okay. A wild thing to think, you know. Back to the future, you know. Lucky we've got this big storm going, you know. That's not lightning. That's not just lightning. That's portals to the future. Yeah. Why did you say you wanted to feed your mum to sharks the other day? I don't really want to feed my mum to sharks, okay? Sometimes I just feel like she deserves to be fed to sharks. No more than most other people, probably. You know? She's a good lady, I think. Probably. You know? She just wants what's best for people and herself. Or they're not from the future at all. They just got like, they got really good statistical models of my consciousness, like not the large language model, Leon's fairly regular sized language model. Okay, you know, brain injuries this many times, at these points throughout his life and development. Okay, both, you know, intentional and unintentional ones. Okay, and sometimes they were like, you know, his brother's friends drop him on his head. Sometimes they were like him smoking 50 bongs a night for like as long as he could. That sort of stuff, you know, brain injuries. Easy to do. a not very large language model, you know, and they've got the language model. They're not from the, they might be from the, they might still be from the future. They may as well be from the future because I'm not doing any of that sort of shit, okay? That's fucked up, I think. I think that's a horrifyingly demonic thing to do to someone. It's like, you know, prove that they suck through, you know, computerized statistical analysis and then harass them with it, you know, from over the hill. Hopefully just schizophrenia though, you know. Here's hoping, I reckon. Don't do that, actually. Don't. That's nasty, man. Like, I don't. I've had the. You know, like I don't really have like the voices in my head are a lot more ghostly than like disembodied yelling in my ear, you know? I've had that before and it's fucking horrifying. The more like, it's just sort of like, it's not like that sort of beliefs, like the will, but it's like, you know, personalized into different entities that I feel like I am. Like when a psychiatrist asks you, do you hear voices? You're not just going to come up with that answer, all right? It's hard to explain. Like, it's like that, though. It's not just an inner monologue. It's never just the monologue. It's a conversation with a lot of people that fucking hate me or want to take all the things I have from me, you know? And I don't have very much. It might look like I have more than I do. I'm sorry about that. Not really, though. I like it out of here. I try not to feel like I have more than I deserve, I guess. You know, you got those voices in your head like fucking always like demonizing you and stuff. I guess you gotta like try and not feel like, not be like a dick about it, but you know, which you're gonna have to be to those voices. They fucking hate you, you know, and they don't like you at all. Like, they want to fucking destroy you, Gary, you know? On that note, Gary, right? That is a line from I Heart Huckabees, right? Where Jason Schwartzman is like going through, like deconstructing his like coincidence in his imagination, his synchronicity stuff. And because he's like, there's like this lady who's like who's helping him out with his like charity that he's trying to set up with the Huckabees Corporation to try and stop them from building a car park in a swamp. For some reason, there's like this, one of the secretaries at work in the Huckabees Corporation. She's like, gets right up in his face and says, "We'll fucking destroy you, Gary." Like that. Like, so fucking fun. And so like for me, it's like, because I've watched that movie so many goddamn times, right? If I ever hear the name Gary just on its own, that's what I'm gonna think. If you're called Gary and you introduce yourself to me as Gary, right? That's all I'm gonna be able to do. That's just gonna fucking bounce around in my head we will fucking destroy you, Gary, for like the rest of the time I look at you. So, in future, just for future reference, if your name is Gary, right, you need to tell me your surname too. You need to be like Gary, whatever it is, you know? Gary Felladonk. That's my surname is Felladonk, all right? Like, fucking Gary Felladonk. Straight in, okay? Who's going to want to destroy Gary Felladonk? Nobody, all right? No one's going to want to destroy that guy. Gary on his own, though, fucking... Why wouldn't you need to introduce yourself as Gary Felladonk all the time anyway, right? Like... Don't be embarrassed by that, you know? Be embarrassed by my shameful brain-like functioning. Brain-like? Remember, sort of like having a brain. Yeah. No one sits like this rock sits. No one sits like this rock sits. You rock. The rock just sits and is. Something about the rock, and I think that's just what everyone needs or something. See, I haven't seen it that many times. My name may as well be Gary. I may as well have just been destroyed by the fucking movie I Heart Huckabees. Slowly and completely. See, that would work into the not particularly large language model. Leon's not particularly large language model. That would work in quite well. You know, it'd be a prominent feature of it. Because, you know, I've seen that movie a lot of times. I've got a copy of it, like, on torrent, like, years and years and years. Like, someone gave it to me back in the day when you used to steal movies from each other. Someone would steal the movie somewhere like some I don't know, freewheeling intern in Hollywood, zip zap zop, and then, you know, just give it to everybody, and then and then, you know, in and then someone who's not vulnerable at all to any kind of sucked in motherfucker, we know you stole our stuff, you know, someone like me who just gets a copy of it from the friend who downloaded it for free, you know. Anyway, I do quite like that movie. I fucking like it a lot, actually. It's like the French philosopher lady, and she's teaching Jason Schwartzman and fucking Marky Mark about, like, la force, you know, and they're like smacking each other in the head with a balloon because they're trying to achieve la force. And I can't, you know, don't worry about any of that. It's like that, sort of trying to, I don't know. Anyway, there's a sort of type of tree. So there's a box, they call it, there's like swamp boxes and there's brush boxes. They grow in this local area. They're natives to this area, and they grow around waterfalls and stuff. And the name of those trees is Le Fosterman. So, Le Fosterman. Le Fosterman. Le Fosterman. I don't speak French, but I can sort of make fun of the accent reasonably, I think. Pretty reasonably, I can make fun of it. That's not how it is. That's not how they speak. That's not French. Sorry, lucky there's nobody here. Certainly not any French people, you know? Wow. How will we achieve Lophostomen? We won't. What you're going to do is you're going to, buy a specimen of the Lophostomen and you're going to put it in the ground and you're going to let it grow. That is all. That's all that really needs. That's all. The only thing that is required in that process. You'll buy the brush box. You'll watch the brush box grow. Okay, chill out. Oh man, the storm has stopped storming. It's all stopped. Anyway, my shit has stopped being better than anyone else's shit. Never was in the first place. I was being rancidly facetious. Have a good one, peoply types. Have a good one. Rock on. Just prove that it's me, right? See, it's me. Which proves that it's me. All right, that's enough. That's enough, you dingus. That's enough of that. There's plenty of that.